Before starting, please rotate your phone to watch the video in full screen. Hi there, this is Bibi Cameron. Happy New Year! Today I'm passing by to share 3 easy card making ideas using the new Flowering Quince stamps, coordinating stencils, and die set by Altenew. I'm going to start by stamping the large floral image on Nina 110 grams cardstock. And I'm using here Obsidian black ink. This is a gorgeous ink. It is stamped in one go the most crisp and beautiful images. Now I'm going to die cut the image using the coordinating die, and I'm using tape to hold the die in place while this is running through the die cutting machine. Die cutting this image first and then sticking it on the stamp wheel, it will make easy to use stencils. There are 6 coordinating stencils. Some of these will allow you to add color to different areas of the image. They are also numbered, so I'm going to start with the number 1, and I'm also going to be using the lighter ink shade from the Altenew Cherry Blossom ink set. Now, without moving the stencil, I'm going to apply a little bit of raspberry ink to the center or the edges of the images to achieve color degradation. This is still the stencil number 1. We grab the stencil, align it with the other areas of the image, and then I'm going to apply yellow ink. Once this is done, then I use the brush that I was using with the pink inks, and I'm going to pass it over this really quick just to blend those colors a little bit. Now I'm going to use the stencil number 2, and I'm going to apply Pinkalicious. This is another ink included in the Altenew Cherry Blossom ink set. The set includes 4 colors, and those are the ones that I'm using there. And through every layer of the stencil, I'm also adding raspberry to add contrast and shadows. Now, using the other side of the stencil number 2, I'm going to apply pink diamond ink, and I'm going to blend a little bit of pumpkin pie ink just to make those petals to look a little bit different by simply mixing the colors in different ways. For the last petals, I'm going to use yellow ink, and I'm going to blend over a little bit of the pink ink that is already in my brush. Okay, so those were 2 stencils. Now we are going to use a third one here that is to add colors to the leaves. Because I use yellow inks to add vibrancy to the flower petals, I'm going to do the same here. And then I'm going to blend bamboo and moss ink colors to add the same effect. Once this first layer of leaves is done, I'm going to do the second layer. And I'm going to apply the same ink colors. Nothing here is going to be different, with the exception of the center of the flowers that will be colored with yellow ink. Now I'm going to use the 5th layer of the stencil with pumpkin pie ink. I think that yellow ink will add a nice accent to the leaves. And that's pretty much it, but I noticed that I missed a couple of petals, so I'm going to grab the stencil and color this in. There is another stencil in the stencil pack that is to color other images in the stamp set, but we are not going to be using those today. We are going to be focusing on this image and creative ways to use it. So the first idea I have is to create a 6 by 6 inches card. This image is very large. It will completely fit in a slim line card, but I wanted to do something a little bit different and still very simple. So I decided to create a background panel in which I'm only going to stamp the outline of the image, and I'm going to align and glue this other panel over. And that border is gorgeous. You can do another one in the other side if you want to, but I decided to stamp a sentiment, add some embellishments, and as simple as that, this card was done. Now I'm going to show you other ideas. The first is to create 2 images and intertwine them to shape a heart. Connect the bottom stems just by adding glue, and also add glue over any area of the image that overlap. That will create a nice floral heart. This heart is super big. You can use it for a scrapbook page or something else. I decided to die cut it. You can just leave it complete if you want, but if you want to die cut it, you are going to need a large format die cutting machine. Then using foam tape, you can adhere this onto a card panel. You can use half of the image, a part of the image, but I decided to use the whole image. Then I die cut a hard frame out of glitter cardstock and I stick it there using also double-sided foam by Altenew. It covers the edges and it also adds a nice decorative touch to this project. Also using Altenew double-sided adhesive foam, I'm going to stick this heart onto a 5.5 inches panel. For the sentiment, I'm going to use acetate for the backing and mirror cardstock for the letters. I'm gluing this using Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. Next, I'm going to add the same Altenew foam at the back of the letters so you won't be able to see it in the front and it's going to be highly adhesive. So all you have to do there is to adhere your sentiment in place. And what I love about this is that the acetate is barely noticeable there and the sentiment looks like if it's floating. I also added a gold heat embossed sentiment on black just to add a little bit something to finish that card. And for this one, I just added a gold sentiment over. You already saw this one, and those are the 3 cards I wanted to share with you today. I hope you like them. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite. Thank you very much for watching and happy crafting. Bye!